to new developments in a Target 12 investigation into a controversial trip by two state officials.
The free lunch at a high-end restaurant in Philadelphia now has two former McKee administration officials in a jam.
Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with what a state ethics investigation uncovered.
One of the two officials, the former state properties director, reached a settlement with the Ethics Commission, but the former director of administration still insists he did nothing wrong. Former state properties director David Patton and former Department of Administration director Jim Thorson leaving the State Ethics Commission on Tuesday after an hours-long meeting. Patton's attorney confirming he agreed to pay a $5,000 fine.
Mr. Patton has always apologized for the events that occurred.
This was the most expensive lunch of David Patton's life, for sure.
John Marion of Good Government Group Common Cause Rhode Island says Patton was facing fines of up to $25,000 for each of the two ethics charges he faced.
The facts were pretty damning.
Patton and Thorson took a business trip to Philadelphia last year to hear Scout Ltd. pitch its $55 million plan to overhaul the empty Cranston Street Armory in Providence. Scout officials accused Patton of acting blatantly sexist and racist during the trip, and they said he demanded a lunch at a high-end restaurant that was supposed to be closed, telling them in an email, well, you can call in a favor if you want $55 million in funding.
We had an incredibly detailed investigation in both of these cases.
Days after the two men returned to Rhode Island, Thorson asked to pay back Scout for the lunch, but the Ethics Commission found he did so only after learning of the scathing email Scout had sent state officials about the trip. Thorson's case will now go to an administrative trial.
If I thought I did wrong, I wouldn't be here right now. It would have been settled a long time ago.
The scandal came to light after Target 12 won a public records fight with the governor's office, forcing the release of Scout's email. A hearing date for Thorson has not yet been set. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.
We've got new details in another Target 12 investigation. The fallout from a controversial business trip to Philadelphia by two high-ranking state officials is still not over.
Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with what's next after an ethics investigation.
The details of the now scandalous trip came to light after Target 12 won a public records fight with the governor's office. Today, one of the two officials agreed to pay a hefty fine.
Mr. Patton has been apologetic for the events.
A lawyer for former state properties director David Patton explaining why he agreed to pay a $5,000 fine as part of a settlement with the State Ethics Commission. Patton has attributed his inappropriate behavior on a state business trip to Philadelphia to a mental health crisis.
It was a difficult trip.
Former Department of Administration Director Jim Thorson was with Patton on the trip, but so far he hasn't settled his ethics case and is now heading to an administrative trial.
If I thought I did wrong, I wouldn't be here right now.
Just over a year ago, officials at state vendor Scout Ltd. accused Patton of acting blatantly sexist and racist during the trip, while Thorson did nothing to intervene. They also say Patton shook them down for a free lunch at a high-end restaurant.
We had an incredibly detailed investigation.
Thorson later reimbursed Scout for the $500 lunch, but the ethics investigation found he only did so after learning Scout emailed state officials about the embarrassing trip. John Marion of Common Cause Rhode Island says Patton was facing up to $25,000 in fines for each of the two ethics violations he faced.
This was the most expensive lunch of David Patton's life, for sure.
Both men have since left Governor Dan McKee's administration, the governor telling reporters Tuesday he's letting the ethics process play out.
Well, Jim, I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but he's a personal friend, so I stay in contact with him. We haven't talked about this issue.
No date has been set yet for Thorson's administrative trial. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.